What's up, guys? Another guitar lesson here for you. This time we're going to work a little bit with Mixolydian. I just did a lesson on Dorian, so might as well check out the other modes here. Also, if there's any specific areas you want me to do a lesson on in regards to guitar playing, music theory, jamming, anything that you're maybe frustrated or just don't quite understand, let me know, and I would love to make a video for you. So this one, Mixolydian, this is another mode of the major scale. The last lesson we did was the second mode of the major scale, so starting on the second note. So today, let's say we're in G again. So we did A Dorian last time, so we're going to do Mixolydian because it's probably the most popular mode, and you've probably heard of this one, and it's used in classic rock, it's used in jamming, it's used in bluegrass, it's used in all kinds of stuff, blues. So yeah, it's a good one to know. So if we're in G major, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, the Mixolydian mode is built off the fifth note. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the fifth scale degree, and we build a scale off that one using the same notes. It's a D Mixolydian now. So we got D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D. And that's how that shows up. Now, the main thing you need to do with playing modes is you gotta listen and you gotta hear the mode and what the mode is giving you. So let's do that little exercise again with this one here. Let's get this D note sounding. And let's play a little bit. So if I'm starting on, let's say I'm starting on we're gonna start on the B string. So we're gonna get high up here, a little bit further away from the root that I'm playing. There's the 1. So the Mixolydian, this is important. This is the information you really need to know intellectually. 1, 2, 3, 4. So far, same as the major scale. 5, 6. Here we go. Flat 7. That's the mixo note. 8. So we got 8, flat 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. That flat 7 gives us the Mixolydian sound. So take your time and really listen to that note. Got it? Now after you put some time in and you really listen to it, then you're going to want to know when to use that scale. And it's obviously going to show up as a pattern on the fretboard. All this stuff does. If you want to look at it from the E string, check it out. You just got your same major scale. So let's say D major. But it's not D major, it's D Mixolydian, so we just change the 1 note, the 7, flat it. So this is important that you internalize this and practice this, because I have a lot of students that will just naturally, I'll tell them play D Mixolydian, and they just grab that 7 out of habit. Know that you're learning new material here. If you know the major scale, this is not the major scale. It is a mode of the major scale. The shape is different. And so learn that in 2 octaves, ideally. And then you can utilize it to jam. So now when do you use this to jam? So here's the thing. Mixolydian works well in the simplest way to think about it is if you see any kind of dominant 7th chord. So D dominant 7, So what is a dominant 7 chord? It's a major chord, 1, 3, 5, in this case D, F sharp, A, plus the flat 7, which now you can see why the Mixolydian works. So we got D, F sharp, A, C, which is the flat 7. That's how you make a dominant 7th chord. So it's a 1, 3, 5, flat 7. This is blues chords. These are bluesy as all get out. And they're not always, you don't just hear them in the blues, you hear them all over the place. Another way to think about it, like we said earlier, if we're in the key of G, if I'm playing a song in the key of G, say I go to a C, I'm going to that D, that's the 5 chord. So once you play the 5 chord, if you're jamming over that progression, let's see here, like my looper pedal's a little out of the way here. But so if you're jamming over the 5 chord in this progression, so let's say I'm in G, go to a C, here's the D, yeah, it just works. It works really nicely. Now, I encourage you, if you are going to use it in a progression, start with slow movement. So maybe loop pedal a G for a while, and then go to that D for a while, so you can really hear. Over the G, you just got that G major scale. D. That's that flat 7. So, yeah. So if you're any key, be familiar with the chords and the key you're in. If you're in the key of C, C, D, E, F, G, we got G Mixolydian, okay? Because it's the 5th note. So if I'm playing the key of C, so that's how that works. So every 5 chord in every key, we've got Mixolydian. Now, there you can use it over that. If you want to use it over the blues, you probably do a whole lesson on this, but you could use it over every chord in the blues. Because if we're, let's say we're doing G blues, G dominant 7 to a C dominant 7, because all the chords typically in your standard blues are dominant 7th chords. And you'll get kind of a jazzier sound. So if I'm here comes that C Mixolydian. Now back to G. Now we got the D, C, little blues lick at the end. So the Mixolydian works over any of those chords, and that's when you're really starting to play changes like the jazz guys do, and then also just, you know, all the professionals. So, you know, you're aware of the chord you're playing over top of, and this is just want to give you a little insight to what is going on here with Mixolydian, and when to use it. Some songs are, you know, more welcoming than others to Mixolydian, but in general, it's a pretty popular scale. If you have any questions about any of this, just hit me up in the comments. Let me know. All right, peace.